When we tell them that there's going to be Ekal performance, a charity performance, we get 500, 600 people every time. And they also get a chance to meet some of the people, especially the children that come from these villages. They can interact with them, they meet them, because some of the people can relate to themselves. They come from small villages and now they're settling in India. So they feel that they should give back something. People that are in the villages, that are Ekal villages, that they're trained them to dance and to do some performances. So they come in a group of 15, 20 people, and this is the first time they ever come to America or abroad. I consider myself like I'm living in India. So we practice Hinduism in our household. For instance, we do the prayers, we celebrate all the Diwali functions, all the functions that you celebrate in India. We do a very, we dress up like Indian clothes and things like that. So we celebrate like we were in India. Well, of course, I like the Indian lifestyle, but in a foreign country. Ekal has around 80,000 villages right now. They're educating themselves, and millions of people have come. There's digital literacy going on in those villages, and that's helping those children to come out and see what's going on in the world.
Hello and welcome to our special show Spotlight. I am Soumya Agrawal and you are watching Ekal Bharat. Today on our special episode we have Mr. Suresh Gupta, who is the chapter president of Orlando, Florida. So let's begin our conversation with him. So before starting, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
I was born in Kenya, Africa, and at the age of 10 I moved to England and did my education there, and I was brought up there. And then I moved 40 years ago to the United States of America, and since then we've had a business there. It's a home building business, and we're celebrating 40 years this year.
What do you do in Florida right now?
So what we do is what we're known as called a production builder. We build several houses. I mean, over the 40 years we built about 30,000 houses, and so we are one of the largest home builders in Central Florida.
Oh wow, that's nice.
That's our main
Nice.
business.
And you are the chapter president of Ekal. So how did you join Ekal? Who was your inspiration and how did you come to know about Ekal?
So I learnt about Ekal through Shyamji.
Oh, wow.
Shyamji came to our house many years ago, 20 years ago, and he talked about Ekal, and then when we listened to his story, it was very inspiring to see that very little money could make a big difference in these remote villages of India. So that's what inspired me to join and help out more.
So how long has it been since you joined Ekal?
It's been over 20 years now.
Over 20 years. And
yes.
have you ever been to villages, or have you ever seen how Ekal is working at the ground level?
Yes, I have. I have been to India many times, and one of the visits in India, I went to a place called Ooty. Ooty, we went to the schools there, and we went to see a school in the hills, and what I saw was that these were tea plantations, and they were so beautiful. Coming from America, this would be an ideal place to live because the views were beautiful, and yet when I saw the children, it was so heartwarming to see them smiling and laughing. And what thought I had in my mind at that time was that in America we have children that have everything and they're not happy, and these people have nothing and they're so happy. So that was a real motivational for me to help even more.
So have you ever lived in India?
I haven't actually. I have never lived in India.
Never? Not even once?
No.
So
when I say live, I've come on vacations for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
That's the maximum?
That's it. That's the maximum. I've never actually lived in
but still, like, how do you incorporate Indian cultures in your lives even when you're living far away from India?
Yes, I do. I consider myself like I'm living in India. So we practice Hinduism in our household. For instance, we do the prayers, we celebrate all the Diwali functions, all the functions that you celebrate in India. We do we dress up like Indian clothes and things like that. So we celebrate like we were in India. So Diwali is very big. All the celebrations we do. And we're also vegetarians.
Oh, wow.
We don't eat meat there. We do yoga regularly. And we go to the temples, we support the temples, so we do everything that's very Indian.
So how come you are so, attached to Indian culture? Because you have never been to India. And, people like youth or people generally staying in India nowadays, they don't follow their own culture. They think that it's not cool. to, go to temples or do pujas or something like that. So how are you so attached or how are you so touched to the Indian culture?
See, living in America, you see the other side. You see how people are going out and eating out and, they want to look cool. But then you see that this is very shallow.
Right.
The real depth of our religion or of our culture is so good that once you're attached to it, then you say, this is the way we want to live. This is a culture that will live forever.
So what lifestyle do you prefer? Is it foreign lifestyle or is it Indian lifestyle?
Well, of course, I like the Indian lifestyle, but in a foreign country.
You said that you follow Indian culture, right? So is it a challenge to, incorporate the Indian culture in foreign? Because we all agree that there might not be a lot of, what we say, that suvidha in Hindi, right? So there might not be a lot of advantages or a lot of services that is there in foreign. Be if you need puja ka saman, if you celebrate Diwali or anything. So how big of a challenge is it to incorporate that?
Well, it isn't a challenge anymore. As we've seen, a lot of people are now living in America, which are from the India, and we can buy everything there now. We can buy clothes. We have big weddings, just like in India. We have 4 or 5 day weddings. We have Diwali. You can buy all the puja things. You can buy all the food. We have restaurants. So the Indian culture itself, we never feel out of place. Everything is available there.
And can you tell me something about how do you, so you raise, there are a lot of programs that happens, right? Ekal organizes a lot of programs. So how do you make sure that people know about Ekal in Orlando, Florida, or generally in USA?
Sure.
How do you organize? Do you organize such programs or is there something?
Yes, we have an annual program that we organize. And that annual program is organized through Ekal Global, which sends a group from India. And they're usually, sometimes they're artists, singers, well-known singers. Or what really has worked in the past is they've got people that are in the villages, that are Ekal villages, that they're trained them to dance and do some performances. So they come in a group of 15, 20 people. And this is the first time they ever come to America or abroad.
So how do you select such people? Like how do you select that these many people will come to foreign? How do you classify those
people? So we don't select ourselves. Orlando doesn't select. We have a hierarchy that is organizing all these things. They select from the people, and then they say that these people that come to the United States, they visit 50 cities. And they do the performances in those 50 cities. Oh, wow. And one of the cities is Orlando, so we take care of them while they're in Orlando.
So how do you feel when you see that people from India, rural India, is coming to foreign, they are performing, people are getting attracted, they are happy. So what is the feeling that comes into you when you see the development India is going through?
So when we talk to these village people, when they come from the villages, we are inspired to see that, how much difference we've made to them. They wouldn't have ever had the opportunity to come out of the small villages. Now they're speaking a little bit of English. They're learning how to speak, learning how to read, write. So when you see that, and it's very inspiring and it's very rewarding to see that the difference is made.
So do people get attracted, because we have to, organize fundraising? So do people get attracted? Do they come, or do you have to approach them or tell them about Ekal?
So now we've got a following in Orlando, especially, and other places as well. When we tell them that there's going to be Ekal performance, a charity performance, we get 500, 600 people every time. And they also get a chance to meet some of the people, especially the children that come from these villages. They can interact with them, they meet them, and that also inspires them to see what a difference, because some of the people can relate to themselves. They come from small villages and now they're settling in India, so they feel that they should give back something.
Right.
So that inspires them to give back something.
Okay, and how do you manage time? Time management is a big deal, right? And you have your own business, you work for Ekal, you're working for Ekal, and then you have your family also. So how do you manage your time? How do you make sure that you're giving equal time, or at least some time, to each thing that is happening around?
You see, you have time. Everybody has the same amount of time.
Right.
So you can spend it watching TV, you can go to the movies, going to the bars and eating out, or you can spend it in other things. So it depends on your priorities. So to me, the priority is work and some family time, and then of course giving some time to Ekal and some of the charities that we're involved in.
You might agree with me that the future is youth, right? for India or for
Yes,
world
absolutely.
overall. But youth nowadays, they believe that I mean, they don't like to spend time with their families, or they are just self-involved in general, if I say it clearly. So, do you have any message you'd like to give to the youth? You'd like to tell them that there is something that outside of themselves as well.
So I think the youth today is looking for something that is outside, and I think the promises, it always looks greener on the other side. It always, you think America is great and Australia is great, other places are great, but there's opportunity everywhere. There's opportunity in your backyard. There's opportunity in India, and India is expanding so much now. It's going to be the third
But
world.
youth don't understand that, because if I'm a youth and I have completed my study, the thing that will be in my mind is that okay, I have completed my study, I'll have better opportunities in foreign rather than I'll have in India. So what do you think about that? Do you think that India is lacking behind, that India does not have proper opportunities for job or for establishing my own business?
I think India it has very good opportunities, because you can see the growth. I've visited India over the years, and I can see every year there's so much growth and opportunity. I read the paper every time I come here. I see so much investments going on, foreign investments, new airports are being built, new infrastructure is being built, everything. So I see a lot of opportunities here, a lot of jobs here. And I would say to the youth, look here, there's a lot of opportunities here before you consider going abroad.
So what do you prefer? If you ever get a chance to come back to India and settle here, would you do that?
Well, yes, I would, without a doubt.
Why? Why
Because
would you live a well-established life in the foreign country and then you'll come back to India and settle here?
it's hard to settle, because I've been there 40 years and I have children there, I have parents there. So it's hard to leave everybody, especially at this time, because we have responsibilities as well there. But I make it a point to come here every year to see family here and other people here and get inspired even more.
So do you think that since you said that India is developing, there are a lot of airports, there are a lot of IT companies, new companies that is opening up. So do you think that there is a chance that India will develop more further, maybe in the field of business or maybe in the field of IT or anything?
Well, in India, education is number one. Every parent wants their children to be educated, and I think they're using the medium of English to educate them. And English is very important in the world economy today. If you look at all the big countries, America, you go into Australia, other countries, Europe, English is a medium. And I think once you're educated here and you have those skills, you will get jobs here that foreigners will come here and establish their companies here and hire the people here.
Do you think that digital literacy in India will play an important role in that?
Well, I think the literacy is increasing tremendously, and like Ekal plays a big role in going into the villages. I mean, Ekal has around 80,000 villages right now. They're educating themselves, and millions of people have come. There's digital literacy going on in those villages, and that's helping those children to come out and see what's going on in the world and helping their villages.
Yeah, Ekal is working a lot for digital literacy. I have noticed that we have tabs in schools now.
Yes, they have that.
We have
yes.
Ekal on wheels. So is there anything you'd like to say, the challenges Ekal have faced, and what if India becomes digitally literate, is there anything that would change the dynamic of Ekal as well?
Well, I think as India grows itself, I think I call it the rising tide. As the rising tide, everybody will be better off. I think the villages will see a better connectivity on internet. They'll be able to learn more about what's happening in the world. They'll be able to do more. They'll be able to interact more. And knowledge is very important. So I think that will help throughout.
So lastly, is there any message you would like to give our viewers about how they can keep themselves motivated, how working for social service or how working on themselves is important?
I think social work is very important. I think they should do some social work, and when you do social work, you can be in your same area. You can see just outside a small, even in the streets here, you can see there's a lot of help for social work. Try and do the social work, get connected to what's happening around you and see how you can help. A little bit of help can make a big difference. So, and it's not a big difference to them as well, but it's a big difference to yourself. You'll see inside you, the love that you get by doing or helping others. It's a tremendous feeling. So help wherever you can, in the community, in the local area, wherever you can, you should do some help.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So this was Mr. Suresh Kumar Gupta, who is working for India by staying outside from India. So stay tuned with us. We'll bring you more such personalities. Keep watching our channel, and if you haven't liked, shared and subscribed it, please do it.